Hey y'all, this is Ursula, the Harvey Container Gardener. I hope you guys have had a fantastic day today. Here in Southeast Louisiana, Zone 9B, I am doing well. We have been having some nice weather. We've been in either the 60s or the 70s. Heck, I think 1 or 2 days this week we might hit the 80s. But that's what you get from being in the South. You never know, the weather is unpredictable. So, y'all, got off from work today and I am just sitting in my garden. It's a lot that needs to be done. I just don't feel like doing it today. I'm enjoying the garden. I'm just sitting in the garden, in the midst of the garden, and just looking around and just enjoying it. But I figured, you know what? Let me get up and let me do a garden tour because that would give me an opportunity to put my eyes on each and every plant that I have back here. So, y'all come along with me so we can do this garden tour. So, let me tell you, I got some new stuff that's coming up. The seedlings that I planted from seed, they're coming up. I have them in a greenhouse. I have all of this stuff that's surrounding me, all of the old stuff from the fall that survived. Not everything survived, but these are the plants that survived all of the freeze and the snow and ice. So it looks like they're doing well. And in the midst of all of the new and the old, I still have snails, a ton of aphids, and now I'm starting to see those little tiny green, I guess, inchworms. Cabbage loopers, I don't know. I've seen about 3 or 4 of them in the pots. So I know it's that time. It's warm and they are coming out. So y'all, we just have to be careful. We have to watch out for everything. But enough said. Let's go ahead and get this garden tour started. But we're going to start in the greenhouse. All right, y'all. We done made it to the greenhouse. And the first thing I want to show y'all is all of the new tomato plants that we have. And they're all started from seed, y'all. And they are looking nice. This one have a yellow leaf, but it's still looking good. So, yep. I don't know how many tomato plants I ended up with. These are 2 new tomato plants that I just uppotted. This is a spinach, which I'm gonna have to fix that. And this is a bell pepper. So, besides the tomatoes, the bell pepper, and the spinach, I also have my sweet potatoes, well, slips. So these slips back here were cut off of the vine when I was growing sweet potatoes last year, the end of last year. So that's where these came from. Most of the leaves fell off, but now they're starting to grow new leaves and they're just sitting in water. Now, these sweet potato slips came from here. So these are sweet potatoes I grew. They started making slips on their own. I wasn't trying. And all I did was I just plucked this off the sweet potato and I stuck it in the water. And it, as you can see, there's a bunch of roots and they are looking very healthy. So I still have a bunch of these that's constantly growing and making slips. So I'm going to just leave those there for right now. Besides the sweet potatoes, I'm getting my potatoes ready. So these are potatoes I grew last year. Had them in the refrigerator, never used them. So I took them out. And now they're starting to chip. So these are the red ones. Back here in this box are the purple ones. Let's see, yeah. These are starting to chip as well. And then over here are the potatoes I bought from my favorite garden center, Rose Garden. So these actually had started to chip when I was buying them. So they're looking pretty good. And I also have a red. So y'all, I am getting ready to get these potatoes in the ground. And I'm excited. So over here, I have my 2 jalapeno pepper plants. Like I said, I went ahead and repotted them and put them in this grow bag. And they are starting to grow new leaves. So these are doing well. And on this side, I have 3 bell pepper plants that I decided to overwinter. They're not growing any leaves yet, but they're still green and they're looking good. So I'm excited. So out next to the greenhouse are the onion beds. This one is, I think it's yellow and red onions. This one is also the yellow and red onions. And this one is just a mixture of whatever I had left over. Yellow, red, and a couple of pieces of garlic that's in there. Recently I added some bone meal, and I gave each one of them a little all-purpose fertilizer to give them a little energy after that freeze. All right, let's go in the front. So I have a couple of pots with nothing in them. So these are just empty pots, and up above it, even though you see a little green, that's weeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that small pot and that small pot. I'm gonna just use the soil out of it and help fill up those grow bags. These bigger pots, I'm gonna use them for either a tomato plant or bell pepper. So over here are more empty or just about empty pots with soil. So I'll be using that as well. So right in the front right here is my garlic. So garlic was kind of laying down after the freeze. I went ahead and added bone meal and all-purpose fertilizer, and now it's actually starting to stand up. Right in this middle section is the mustard greens and the collards. Collards are looking okay. Mustard greens, not so much. Some of them are, some of them aren't. This is where the aphids have been the worst in here with the mustard greens, and some of them just didn't survive the freeze. So a lot of them came out, and the ones that didn't come out, the aphids are back and attacking them. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those. So over here where my herbs are, this last pot on the end is some dead basil. I'm gonna have to pull that out. I'm not sure what that pineapple mint, I believe, in that little pot right there. Green onion, celery, onion, store-bought celery that I cut and I put in some water, and now I'm going to be planting that out. Chives, parsley, and oregano. So, and I've been using this. So I done cut this off, and I used this. I done cut some of the celery off and used that as well. So over here is the frame of what used to be the crop cage. It's no more crop cage, y'all, but I'm working on that. But it's a lot of cabbage. I mean, a lot of cabbage. But I have to go in and kind of clean all of these up, get out any bad leaves. But the cabbages are coming in. These are collards. I have 2 in this pot, and I have 2 in this pot, and I will be harvesting them really soon, because I don't want to wait till they get huge. I'd rather take them now. So next to the collards is 2 more cabbages, and these are looking great, y'all. I mean, great. So that's on one side of the used to be crop cage. In the center is an empty bed. The cabbages that were there didn't make it, and that's an empty bed. Cabbages also didn't make it. In the center is another really nice cabbage. This little one, I planted it. I didn't think it was going to make it, but it's looking good. And then back here, this is the last bed. This one always did the best, and all 4 of the cabbages are looking great. Not ready yet, but looking great. So back here is my one tree collard. So this tree collard is like 2.5, 3 years old. It made it through the frost, through the snow, and now it's starting to put on some new leaves. But at the very top is also trying to go to seed. So I'm gonna have to cut this off. This is broken. There's another one that's broken, and kind of clean it up. Take this off. But I have a lot of new leaves, so looking forward to that. So over here, across the top is all broccoli, different types of broccoli. So this one and this one is asperbrock, which it'll give me a lot of these little shoots. This one and this one are romanescos. So I'm looking every day to kind of see what I can see in here. But if nothing else, these leaves are looking good and healthy. That's another asperbrock right here. And I believe that's a Calabrese broccoli. I believe that's what it was, Calabrese broccoli. And there's another broccoli right here. I don't know what type it is, but I guess when it start producing, I'll see then. So down at the bottom, under the broccoli, that's a little cabbage there. I'm not sure if it's going to make it, but I left it just in case. That is cauliflower, and that's also another cauliflower. And on the other side, it's another small cauliflower, and the aphids just wouldn't let that one be. Another cauliflower. They got a hold of this one, but I think I caught that one in time. And then this cauliflower. So all of these were planted at the same time, but because the aphids got a hold of them, this is the only one that's doing great. And this one, if you open it up, you can see a little bitty cauliflower down up in there. So I'm excited. So right here is another cabbage, tree collard, and then over here 3 tree collards. This one has 3 tree collards, and this one. Now this one are cuttings from the original tree collard, and as you can see, they're going to seed. So I'm just going to let it go and just get my seeds. And this one I believe is going to seed because I see a little something right there. So, but I'm gonna have enough leaves off of these that I should be able to enjoy me some good old collards. So right here is my strawberries. So this is the Alpine strawberries. So they give the little tiny strawberries. Let's see if I could find one. I usually can't because as soon as I come out, I get it and I snack. That'd be my little snack. And they are sweet. They are sweet. So I kind of try to leave some so when my grandkids come, they doing a search for them because they know they're in there. So I try not to eat them all. So I have one kale right here that survived. That's it. Down here I have some turnips that's growing down here. And over here I have kohlrabis. So they're starting to get big. I had some little ones down in here because I dropped the seeds, but it looks like they didn't make it. So I have them too, but I'll drop some more seeds. Over here I have 3 grow bags of carrots. And they look like they had died back a little bit after the freeze, but I went ahead and put some bone meal in each one of the grow bags, and I gave them some 5-11, and it looks like they're coming back alive. So this is what I have next to my fence. So I have some along the bottom on the ground, and then I have some setting up on cinder blocks and boards. So these cabbages are starting to look good. Nothing ready yet, but they're starting to look really, really good. I just have to go in and kind of clean out all the old leaves like this. I gotta clean that out. So these are collards. This little cabbage right here got attacked by aphids, so I sprayed it down earlier, and I'm gonna kind of wait and see it again tomorrow if I have to do it again. But that's why that one looks like that. But all of the rest of them look really, really good. Yep, so I'm gonna have to watch that little one right there. The apple tree has lost all of its leaves, but not all of them. It has a few. It's lost the majority of its leaves, but it's looking good, and I am anticipating some apples this year. So in between the cabbages, I have a pot that has some garlic in it, and I also have onions that I planted from seed. So I want to kind of see how that does. In this grow bag, I have Swiss chard that's just starting to grow. I had red mustards in that one, but I don't think they're gonna make it, but that's okay, because I may need an extra bag for my potatoes. So here, y'all, this is some new stuff that I got from my garden center. So these are Chandler. Is it Chandler? Yep, Chandler strawberries. Y'all, these things are growing strawberries in these little nursery pots. So this one, it has about 3 or 4. This one, 5, 6. And this one has 3, look like going on 4. But yeah, I should have some strawberries really soon. I don't want to disturb them right now that they're producing these strawberries. I think I'm gonna wait, and once they turn, then I'll go ahead and plant them. But this is a grow bag. All I did was I rolled the sides down to the height that I wanted, because I don't want it to be super deep. And I'm gonna plant all 3 of these strawberries in this grow bag. Right now they're just sitting on a like a tray. So I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in there or if I'm gonna take it out and just put it underneath. But those are gonna get planted, so I can't wait for that. So now we are going to the berry side, to Berry Lane. So first thing, let me show you the fig tree. This fig tree was an heirloom, and it was gifted to me by the New Orleans gardener, and it is starting to send out some green blooms, and I'm excited. I got a few last year, but I'm hoping that this year I'm able to get more. So this is the blackberry that I cut back a few days ago. I came in and I snipped away all of those old canes, the long ones that were hanging over into the soil, and the ones that had taken root into the soil. So those, let me show you where they are. They're in here. So I went ahead and I cut them and I replanted them in this little grow bag. So this one is not looking fantastic. It's not dead, but it's not looking that great. This one is looking much better. So I'm gonna see how they do. So I have this little blueberry right here. Doesn't have a lot of leaves on it, but it has a couple of blooms on it, and they're starting to open up, y'all. So I'm excited about that. Banana plant, have a new little pup right here. I'm not sure if this is still alive or not. This one, I also came in and I cut all of this back, so I could see this one is starting to grow back again. This one has not, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's new pups all around this thing. I'm going to have to do something with them. So this is the pink lemonade blueberry. I think that's the name of it, pink lemonade blueberry. Y'all see all in blooms. That's all over this plant. Y'all, if I get half of these to turn into berries, I am going to be like over the moon. So the bottom portion looks like they're opening up and they're starting to bloom. But the top portion has a bunch of blooms, bunch of little buds. Well, yeah, a bunch of buds, but no blooms. The blooms are at the bottom, but the buds. Y'all, if I could get a quarter of these to open up and bloom and give me some berries, yeah, y'all gonna hear about it. So this little blueberry, this the one that started blooming before the freeze. I should have covered it, but I didn't, and I lost all of the berries that had started forming. So now it is starting all over again. And it is full. It is full. Like they're all over. So I am holding out hope that I get some of these berries this year. And I'm going to have to do something about the birds. All right, so this last blueberry bush is almost leafless. It had leaves on it, but it lost just about all its leaves in the freeze. But it have a lot of stems, and at the very top it has a lot of buds. So I'm hoping that they open up and give me some berries. So after I came in and I cut back a lot of the old dead canes and did some trimming, I went ahead and I put some soil acidifier. I put some soil acidifier in each one of the berry pots, the blackberry and all of the blueberries. And I also added, what was it? All-purpose fertilizer. I figured that they needed the NP and K after that freeze and that snow that we had. So I figured they needed all of that. So I went ahead and I gave them all of that. And I have been watering them with the banana water. So that's additional potassium that they're getting. Hopefully it's enough so I can get some berries, y'all. Ooh, yeah, it's starting to get dark out here, but it feels so good. But I gotta get back on it, y'all. So I think this weekend I am going to make a trip to the store so I can get all the supplies I need so I can start trying to DIY construct another crop cage using the PVC pipes and the connectors, and then I could just reuse the screen that I had. But y'all, everything that survived, it's still looking good. I'm daily harvesting broccoli, and I just can't wait to harvest the cabbage. So let me pan around. All right, so I am gonna pan around so y'all can see what I see. It's still a lot growing. It's still a lot going on. And I'm just excited. I am so excited. I am excited. Y'all don't pay me no mind over there. That's my water, my More Bloom, and my spray for the aphids. So that's what I've been using to kind of try to handle them. Hopefully it works. But if nothing else, I done filled up on rainwater. My rain barrels back here next to the shed, they're all full of water. And I have a bucket down here that's full of water. I just put this one on top because I had used this water. But yeah, I've been filling up on rainwater. All right, y'all. So my nightlight has come on back here in the garden. So that's telling me, Ursula, it's time to shut it down. It is time to shut it down. But I'm glad you guys were able to come along with me and just walk through the garden with me, just to see what's growing back here. what we done got started, what I'm ready to harvest, which is some of these cabbages. I am ready for some cabbage and cornbread. So yeah, I'm anxiously waiting. But in the meantime, like I said, I am daily harvesting broccoli. And what I don't eat, I will freeze it. All right, y'all. I just wanted to bring you guys along. I wanted some company with me to walk through this garden with me. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for coming along with me, for visiting the channel, for watching, for subscribing. Thank you. So, with that said, I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Y'all stay safe and y'all be blessed. I'll talk to you guys later.